going to an English-speaking wedding soon, feeling maybe a little unsure about what to say, beyond, just the simple congratulations.
Yeah, that's really common. It can feel a bit tricky.
Absolutely. Navigating the whole social side of a big event, especially in another language, well, it can feel a bit daunting sometimes.
It really can.
But don't worry, you're definitely in the right place today.
We've got you covered.
We're doing a deep dive specifically into useful expressions for speaking English at a wedding. Our mission, really, is to pull out the absolute best language and insights.
Yeah, to help you feel totally prepared for the big day.
We're going to look at essential words, some really common phrases, and crucially, how to start sounding natural when you use them. Because, let's be honest, you don't just want to say the right words right. You want to feel comfortable and confident saying them.
Absolutely. Sounding natural is really key. It helps you connect with people, be part of the celebration properly.
Okay, so let's unpack this a bit. Maybe start by looking at the structure of the day itself.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Because a wedding isn't just like one single moment, is it?
No, not at all. It's a whole series of events, really.
Exactly. You've got the ceremony itself, maybe a cocktail hour.
Then the reception.
Right, which often includes speeches, dinner, the party, the dancing.
And what's interesting, I think, is that the language you use, well, it naturally changes as you move through these different parts.
Definitely. What you might say when you first greet the happy couple, right after the ceremony.
Yeah.
That's going to be quite different from the chats you have while mingling during the reception.
Or totally different from what you might shout over the music on the dance floor later.
Exactly. So understanding this flow, this sort of rhythm of the day, it really helps you choose the right phrases for each moment.
Which makes your English feel more appropriate and, yeah, just more natural.
Let's bring this to life a bit.
Conversation.
Okay, picture two guests chatting, maybe early in the reception. I'll be one speaker.
And I'll be the other. Ready?
Wow, you look amazing. This wedding is so beautiful.
Thanks. I love her dress. Let's go congratulate the bride and groom.
Absolutely. Hey, congrats, you two. You both look perfect together.
Yeah, we wish you a lifetime of happiness.
So are you ready to hit the dance floor?
Always.
Okay, great. Let's break down what's happening in that little exchange. It actually covers quite a lot of useful ground.
It does. So, the first speaker starts with a compliment. Wow, you look amazing.
Yeah, and what stands out there is that starting with a compliment, it's just a fantastic icebreaker, isn't it? Especially at a social event, like a wedding.
Totally. It's positive, it shows you've noticed the other person.
And it immediately creates that sort of warm, friendly connection. It's simple, but really effective as an opener.
Right. And from there, they make a pretty natural transition to the main event, congratulating the couple.
Let's go congratulate the bride and groom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a clear statement of intent, kind of invites the other person along.
Then, when they actually speak to the couple, the language is warm, friendly, but still feels, appropriate for the occasion.
Hey, congrats you two. You both look perfect together.
That's pretty common, right? A bit informal.
Totally common, yeah. It's a slightly informal abbreviation of congratulations, but it's perfect for that kind of friendly interaction.
And saying they look perfect together, that's just a lovely, common compliment for a new couple.
It really is. And adding to that, the classic heartfelt wish. Yeah, we wish you a lifetime of happiness.
That's a standard one, isn't it? Beautiful sentiment, you hear it a lot.
You do. And that structure, we wish you something like, we wish you joy, we wish you all the best. It's a really useful pattern for expressing good hopes for people.
Good point. And then finally, we see that shift towards the later part of the evening.
Yeah. So are you ready to hit the dance floor?
Hit the dance floor. That's a fun one. It's idiomatic, right?
Exactly. An idiom, a phrase where the meaning isn't obvious just from the individual words. You don't literally hit the dance floor.
Huh, no. It just means, start dancing enthusiastically.
Right. And using idioms like this, naturally, it just makes your English sound much more native, much more relaxed.
So if we connect this back, like you said, to the bigger picture of the wedding day, you can really see how the language shifts from polite observation
To direct action.
and heartfelt wishes.
And then to that enthusiastic participation as the party gets going.
Okay, so let's zoom in now on some of the essential language. The words and phrases you'll probably hear and maybe need.
Good idea. First, some key vocabulary words. You'll definitely hear these.
Okay.
Bride, of course. That's the woman getting married.
Got it. And the groom, the man getting married.
Then there's the wedding ceremony. That's the formal part, usually where they say their vows.
Right, the vows. And the reception.
The reception's usually the party after the ceremony, often with dinner, dancing, speeches. That's where a lot of the social mingling happens.
Makes sense. And speaking of the ceremony, they make their vows.
Yes, those are the important promises they make to each other.
And often, during the reception, someone will give a toast.
Right, a toast.
Yeah.
That's usually a short speech, wishing the couple well, and then often everyone raises their glasses.
Okay, so those are some key words. What about useful expressions, phrases we can actually use?
Yeah, definitely. Here are some must-know useful expressions, good for lots of points during the day.
Okay, hit me.
Well, the most basic, absolutely essential one. Congratulations.
Can't go wrong with that.
Nope, you can make it a little more specific too. Congratulations on your big day.
Nice. What about compliments?
If you see someone looking particularly nice, especially the bride, you could say, "You look stunning."
Stunning or beautiful, amazing.
Exactly. All work well. And we saw this one earlier. It's just so versatile. We wish you a lifetime of happiness.
A real classic.
And perfect for those moments, maybe during the toasts or just when you have drinks. Let's raise a glass to the happy couple.
Yeah, yes. Let's raise a glass too. Good one.
Often comes before or after a toast.
Yeah. Now, let's talk a bit more about sounding natural. We keep mentioning it's important.
And it really is. It helps you feel more confident, lets others connect with you more easily. It just means not sounding like you're reading words off a page.
Right. Practice is obviously crucial here.
Totally. And one of the best techniques for improving pronunciation, rhythm, intonation, the music of the language, really is called shadowing.
Shadowing. Okay, what's that exactly?
It's pretty simple, actually. You just listen to a native speaker and immediately try to repeat what they say, like right after them, mimicking their sound as closely as you possibly can.
Ah, okay, like being their echo.
Kinda, yeah. Let's try some shadowing practice right now with some of these wedding phrases.
Okay, how does this work?
I'll say a line, then you repeat it. And we want you, the listener, to repeat right after the second speaker. That's you, host, trying to match the sound.
Got it. Okay, you go first.
Congratulations on your wedding.
Congratulations on your wedding.
Now you repeat.
Okay, next one.
You both look so happy.
You both look so happy.
Now you repeat.
This is good. Keep them coming.
What a beautiful
I
ceremony.
like beautiful ceremony.
Now you repeat.
All right.
Let's raise a glass to the bride and groom.
Let's raise a glass to the bride and groom.
Now you repeat.
One more.
Wishing you a lifetime of love and laughter.
Wishing you a lifetime of love and laughter.
Now you repeat.
Excellent. So that's shadowing. It really helps train your ear, doesn't it? And your mouth muscles?
Exactly, to the natural flow of English. So repeat those phrases often. The more you shadow, honestly, the smoother and more confident you'll sound.
All right, should we take it maybe a step further? Like some interactive practice?
Let's do it. We can simulate a little conversation, like you might actually have with another guest at the wedding.
Okay, how will this work?
One of us will ask a question. We want you, the listener, to pause the audio and answer out loud. Just try your best.
And then?
And then the other host will give you a sample correct answer, and you should repeat that answer. It helps practice responding sort of on the spot.
Okay, makes sense. Let's give it a try. Remember, everyone, pause after the question and answer yourself first.
Ready? First question. Did you enjoy the ceremony?
Pause now and answer.
Okay, now repeat after me. Yes, it was beautiful.
Good. Next question.
What would you like to say to the couple?
Pause now and answer.
Repeat. I wish them a lifetime of happiness.
Perfect. Keep going.
What did you think of the bride's dress?
Pause now and answer.
Repeat. She looked absolutely stunning.
Nice one. Last one.
Are you going to dance later?
Pause now and answer.
Repeat. Of course, I can't wait.
Great job practicing, everyone. Those interactive moments, they really are key, aren't they?
They really are. It helps make the language stick, helps you recall it more quickly when you're actually in a real situation.
Okay, so we've covered common phrases, conversational bits. What about slightly more formal ways to offer good wishes?
Ah, good point. Yeah, here are a couple. These are particularly good if you're giving a toast or maybe writing in a card or just want a more traditional heartfelt expression in a quiet moment.
Okay, like what?
How about, may you always be happy?
Nice. Simple, elegant.
Or, wishing you joy and love forever.
Also lovely, they use slightly more formal structures, like that may you.
Exactly. But they still carry a lot of warmth, a lot of genuine feeling.
All right, well, I feel like you're really equipped now.
Yeah.
You've got the essential words, loads of versatile expressions, techniques to practice sounding natural.
The building blocks are there to navigate the different parts of the wedding day.
Definitely. So keep practicing these phrases, maybe, put on some music that reminds you of a wedding and say them out loud.
Yeah, or watch videos of wedding speeches online. Listen to the language people use. It all helps build your confidence, your fluency.
It really does. Remember, language is fundamentally about connection, right? And a wedding is pretty much all about celebrating connection.
Beautifully put.
So thinking about applying all these phrases in the moment, maybe a final thought for you. How do you prepare, not just for the planned conversations, the congratulations, but for those unexpected little chats, the ones that always pop up at a big social gathering?
Ooh, that's a good question to ponder. Dealing with the spontaneous stuff?
Something to think about.
Well, thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks everyone. And most importantly,
Have fun at the wedding.